Hey, you don't seem like the usual Reagan to me.
Well,
I want to say too, like, regarding what you said outside, I don't want to like affect your game adversely. So, like, if you need to distance yourself from me or something, I get it, because I don't want you. Like, it sounds like you're getting all implicated and fucked up just because of me. And now, if I go down, I don't want you. You know what I'm saying?
well, I don't think that's gonna make one difference one way or the other. I mean, I don't think it's gonna. And that's just not.
I feel real bad about like the fact that I think it's all stupid personally. And I feel bad that you're getting kind of like pegged and all this shit. And that you're even getting like brought up in regards to me going home. It should be not involving you.
Well, the first thing that I'm told when I get up this morning is that people are telling me that you are explicitly mentioning me as the person who should be put up as a replacement nominee.
Who said that to you?
I don't want to like go into it because I don't want to create like a big like blow up in the house. But then I didn't even have to say anything when you came into the kitchen and you were kind of like recapping some of the, you know, talking points of your conversation with Brittany, where it sounded like that.
Oh, like the way I was speaking sounded like I was.
Yeah.
Well,
like the conversation that you had this morning was about me.
Like how Brittany could have taken it, that I was telling her to put you up?
Yeah, I mean, but the things that you were saying to me sounded like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I obviously wouldn't tell you that if that was my intention. I was saying that in like more of a defensive way, because, oh shit, no. I mean, I was telling you what I said because it's what I said. I mean, again, I don't know.
But even why, like when you said, why should I be punished because Reagan was campaigning for me last week, when you knew I had a total of 3 conversations, you knew what my talking points going into those conversations were going to be, and you were debriefed on each of those 3 conversations. So when I hear, why should I be punished for something Reagan is doing when I'm doing it for you, when you have a power that you know is going to keep you in the house that week, that's me putting my game at jeopardy to do something for you.
Yeah. That came out terribly wrong. I totally see where you're coming from, absolutely. I mean, I'll tell you kind of like what I was meaning by that, which I agree with you more, but like,
I don't get why the entire conversation this morning was about me. I would have never, ever, ever in a million years done that. I wouldn't have done that. I would have never done that.
Like, I didn't bring you up. She was saying, like she'd say something, for instance, with the campaigning thing. A lot of it was about me and you being as a pair and stuff, and I'm like, kind of what I said to you, I go, you know, we're pairs as much as you and Lane are. She said, no, you're not. And that I said, you know, if I go home, I don't expect Reagan to be pissed at whoever puts me up, and if he goes home, I'm not going to be pissed at them. It's like, I'm sad, we're going to be sad, but it's not like we're out in some sort of vendetta or vengeance because we're playing our own game, like a Brendan and Rachel situation where they're like out for blood for who gets the other one. And then she brought up the campaigning thing, you know, well, he was out campaigning for you, I didn't campaign for Lane once, and I mean, the truth of the matter is Lane didn't need campaigning, so there's no reason to do that. And so then, yeah, that's when I was like, well, I don't know why you're implicating me for someone campaigning. And now I see exactly where you're coming from and how it absolutely sounds like that. Fuck. And then the other thing with the other part that was mentioned, I guess, that I told you innocently because I wasn't trying to implicate you, so I didn't think anything of it is, and she's like, and then, you know, obviously can't put up Reagan because he didn't play in the veto, and I don't think it's fair. And when I said, well, I was picked for the veto, I didn't get pulled either. Why are you using playing in the veto as a factor? You know, I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, and I totally get what you're saying now. Fuck, Reagan. If I had intentions like that, I wouldn't have told you my entire conversation with her. Like, I see what you're saying. And then we talked about I mean, all the other points that we brought up together, me and you, a little bit briefly. I mean, I told her, I don't know if she listened, just about how leaving me is leaving the main target. Shit, man. Oh, fuck, Reagan. I'm so sorry. It wasn't like, it wasn't what. I mean, I'm not gonna try and get you put up on the block, dude. I was doing it more in like defense of me staying and not in offense of putting you up or even suggesting that. I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can say? I mean, can I talk to Brittany and kind of explain where I was going? Because it's not what I was implying. Like, will that help you or anything?
No, I mean, it's not going to be anything until, like, I see the episode and I see what went down.
Yeah, of course.
And it's, like, look, in a way, I'm glad that all of this has happened because it's kind of opened up my eyes and reminded me that I'm in a game. And it's not like I'm going to walk away from this experience and be like, I don't want to be friends with Matt or, you know, whatever. That's not the point.
Oh.
It's just that you know, I needed to be reminded.
But I mean, yeah, it's a game, but like, you're not the person that I'd be turning on in this game of all people, you know?
Well, that's why, that's kind of what hurt about the situation.
Well, I completely understand that. I wish you would have talked
You know,
to me
and
earlier.
like, I had to go up and have a conversation with Brendan last week, which I totally did not want to have, that I shouldn't have had, that, you know, that I felt like I was encouraged to have. And it was very uncomfortable for me to have that conversation. And like, I feel like I've done a lot of stuff in the past 2 weeks to increase the target on my back. It just doesn't feel good.
I hear what you mean.
And I feel like I'm in a horrible position in this house, and it's just, none of it is good.
Reagan, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to be like that, or be implied like that, or it to be taken that way.
Because that's definitely the implication. And the thing is that I didn't even have to say anything in the kitchen. Like, it's like you were saying it all for me. Like, I didn't even have to, it was completely unsolicited.
Well, that's
like,
why
the stuff that was coming out of your mouth, and I was like, whoa.
Well, that's what I'm trying to explain to you, is I, until just now, was completely confused to why you're acting like that to me, because I, in my head, knew what I was intending on saying, and when I was even telling you in the kitchen, it didn't sound like bad to me, I guess.
It sounded bad to me.
I know this. Well, I know this now. I didn't know it the last 4 hours that you've been, you know, being like this around me. I've just been totally confused.
I mean, I'm still, like, I still don't get how a conversation about you staying off the block ends up being dominated by the theme of Reagan.
Okay, and bring Brittany over here. She led the discussion involving us being a pair, because that was her main kind of thing. So that's how it involved us together. And then I was feeling defensive, like, trying to make the point, like these shouldn't be issues. That's the kind of thing. And like, and this the same thing with, you know, playing in the competition. Not saying, well, Reagan didn't play, so he should be, just saying, like, I don't think this is even a factor. And you campaigned for me. I'm like, that's not an issue. Like, he campaigned for me. What does that have to do with me and what I do in this game, kind of thing? And I don't know. I mean, I know what I was saying, and I see exactly what you're talking about now, so it sounds stupid when I even, like, talk about it. But even when I was telling you in the kitchen, like, it didn't seem wrong, I mean,
the proof is in the pudding. So, I mean, I'll see.
Yeah, you will see it.
I'll see I'll see
will,
for
but
myself.
You absolutely will, but I mean, and it doesn't help the fact that I enjoy the time that I spend with you.
No, and
house,
I feel the same way. And I mean, it's kind of like even...
And if I have a few days left, I don't want it to be anything less than as enjoyable as it has been with you, because I don't know what, you see me as now, you don't trust me, whatever, but I still see you exactly the same way.
Look, well, as you should.
Of course I do.
It's not like, even if like all the worst things that I think about what could have gone down in that conversation are true, it's not like I'm going to walk away from this experience and be like, I never want to talk to Matt again. We're not friends or anything like that.
That's not even my concern anyway. It's about the time in here, I believe that about you, that whatever, if something horrible that you see happen, that I'm telling you didn't happen, if you see that, I do believe that you'd still be my friend, and